First things first, class. Who can tell us about plate tectonics?
According to my research, the surface of the Earth is made up of round, flat pieces called plates. These plates fit together like the pieces of a giant jigsaw puzzle.
Bodacious! And plate tectonics explains how plates are made and destroyed.
This is a map of what the world looked like.
Seatbelts, everyone! It's subduction time!
At my old school, we never got subducted.
Now what?
The oceanic plate is getting shoved so far down that it's entering the part of the Earth called the mantle. When this happens, the edge of the plate changes and becomes part of the mantle. But how do we get out of here?
Well, we won't just go with the flow. That would take us millions of years to get out of here. So, come on, bus, do your stuff.
We're really lucky today. We get to see a hydrothermal vent.
A what?
A hydrothermal vent, which is a fancy way of saying an underwater spring or geyser.
You can do some really great stuff at the geotable. Click on a rock and move it to the table. Then use the tools to examine it. Click on Me if you need help using the geotable. Welcome to my geotable. Then use the magnifier to see if it's a rock or a mineral. That sample is a mineral. Let's do a streak test and a hardness test to identify it. Exactly! This mineral is so hard that the streak test doesn't work. It leaves behind no color. This mineral is too hard to be scratched by the coin or the pocket knife. This mineral is too hard to be scratched by the coin. Because the nail scratched the mineral, we know that the hardness of the mineral isn't more than 6.5. Great job! You used the tools here to identify potassium feldspar, which is also called orthoclase. This mineral doesn't leave behind a streak, and it has a hardness of 6.
are at a favorite of mine, a mighty fine mountain. But there's more here than meets the eye.
Wow, I can see the crystals in this rock because they're so big.
This is a seismograph. It records earthquakes, which can happen under a volcano.
Earthquakes? Volcanoes?
Yep. If an earthquake happens under a volcano, that means molten rock called magma is rising towards the surface. Then the volcano could erupt.
What kind of volcanic eruption can you create? Select your variables, low, medium, or high heat, and gas or no gas. Then click on the button to start erupting. Just made a shield volcano by mixing high heat without gas. Shield volcanoes have runny lava that flows out across a wide area instead of making a cone.
Wow, I can see the crystals in this rock because they're so big.
You can do some really great stuff at the geotable. Click on a rock and move it to the table. Then use the tools to examine it. Click on Me if you need help using the geotable. Welcome to my geotable. The first sample. Then use the magnifier to see if it's a rock or a mineral. That sample is a mineral. Let's do a streak test and a hardness test to identify it. Exactly! This mineral is so hard that the streak test doesn't work. It leaves behind no color. This mineral is too hard to be scratched by the coin or the pocket knife. This mineral is too hard to be scratched by the coin. Oh boy! This mineral is too hard to be scratched by any of the objects on the geotable. Sometimes, a lack of test results can help you identify minerals, like this ruby, which is corundum. It has a hardness of 9, which means it's too hard to leave a streak or to be scratched by your tools. You know the geotable routine. Wash off your sample first, and then use the magnifier to see if it's a rock or mineral. So that sample's a rock. Now let's use the magnifier to find out if it's igneous, sedimentary, or metamorphic. You got it! This is an igneous rock. Most igneous rocks have crystals that look like they lock together, but don't seem to be in any particular order. Now that we know this rock is igneous, there are 2 things we should do. Examine its crystal size and compare it with a color strip. Exactly! This igneous rock has small crystals. It's probably extrusive, which means it came out of a volcano. For the igneous rock color test, look at the 3 examples on the panel below. Is it a light, medium, or dark? Click on the matching box when you've made your decision. Great job! This igneous rock has a light color. Nice work! You just used the tools to identify rhyolite, an igneous rock with small crystals and a light color.